Not on a submarine. Not on the island. Not in a helicopter even. In the first place that we all should start. Ammunition. That's right. And the reason why we go to ammunition is armour. Very important on these missions. I have 5 standard armour and 5 super heavy armour. I'll just make sure I've got enough rebreathers. Yep, that's good. Rebreathers are full. Rebreathers are important, I've realised this now. We'll see what weapons I'm short of. Rockets, no. Grenades are full.
You know, size
Rocket
might not
launchers
matter
full.
now, but in the end times, oh yeah.
They're full. Assault shotguns full. These are all the important ones. The assault shotgun's the most important when doing this. Because we've got to go into the Cayo submarine, the prototype one, and kick some baddies' arses. Basically. Okay, so we've got everything we need. I'll just take this rebreather off because I don't really need it right now. Okay, that's good. Okay, so we don't need the helicopter yet, so we'll just use the oppressor because it's quicker and easier. I've just got a bit of height and we'll call for the sub. The sub should materialise anytime soon. Surfaced yet, but it should do anytime soon. As soon as you come within 500 yards of it or so, there it is. Oh, is it glitching? I had a glitch out earlier on one of my on a video I did earlier today. There we go. Okay, that's fine. So I'll just leave the oppressor there. Go inside and get started. Do 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 do. Takes ages sometimes. Okay, so I need to register as a CEO. The important thing about this session that I'm in is that oh, it's not going to let me. It's not going to show it because of the title. Just one moment until that disappears. Press down on the D-pad, and as you can see, invite only. Invite 1. That's important because when you're doing these missions, the last thing you need is some toe rag on an oppressor. A bit like me, perhaps, but I don't grief people like other people do. I'm sure a lot of you know about this. What we'll do is we want to get the oppressor, the Cayo, but we're not going to do that yet. We're going to do that later. So what we'll do first is we don't need the demolition charges. So we'll get the safe code. Never done this one before. Oh yeah, got to go to the casino. So we can leave the sub here. And oh, no, the sub's on the front, isn't it? Not the back. So I can go up this way. I've been parking the sub on the helicopter garage, but oh god, it looks like it's going to slip off the edge there. Looks like it's half in and half out.
So, the code for the safe. Essential part of plan. Only 2 men know them.
Didn't park it too well, did I?
Not an option.
Okay, so we'll go to the casino. This is another thing for the sweeper shot, not the sweeper shotgun, the assault shotgun. There's two guards standing outside the door and you stand sideways to them and shoot with the shotgun. It usually kills them both at the same time. It's a lot easier. It's a bit like Harry Potter flying around on his broomstick, flying around on one of these things. And this is what it looks like in first person view. I get a bit of vertigo with this thing sometimes, especially when you fly up to like 2,000 or 3,000 feet. In first person, it flies a lot faster. So if you press R1 and R2 together, you get like a turbo mode. As you can see, and it flies a lot smoother as well. You've got to keep pulling back on the stick, otherwise it just naturally wants to go down. And then if you reach a height that you want to stay at, let go of both R1 and R2, and just press R2, sorry, and it will carry on flying at that height, usually. Now I think I might be able to land on the roof of this. It's best in third person view for this. Just see if we can land on the roof. Otherwise it's through the front door, I think. And as always, check the body armour. Should have enough with standard. There we go. So snacks. Yes, we've got full snacks. So weapons. I always like to choose what I'm going to use before I go in. Like the advanced rifle's pretty good because it's doesn't have a what's it called? A silencer. That's it. I use the ray gun as well. That's quite fun sometimes. That's the golden gun there, by the way. This is what it's like. It's quite a good gun actually, it's quite powerful. There we go. It's not very quick reloading, but it's good fun to use. Okay, so I've got everything ready. Next, the assault SMG, that's quite good. We want the assault shotgun. Does a lot of damage. No, can't go that way. So I might have to go through the front after all. Can't do this one. It's not very well signposted. It's funny though, because there's a choice of 3 doors and I normally get it wrong. Oh look at that, I could have gone straight through the fucking front door, couldn't I?
Ready to fill that
Oh well,
void
there
in
you
your
go.
soul for a
Okay, now you need to find his suite. It will not be so difficult. Look for the train killer standing outside.
You're not authorized to be here. Now leave.
Go to my main bitch. Dead man? Just my look. No. Bloody typical. We've got an apartment here as well. Put some armour on. Snacks. Okay. Let's rock and roll. 5:05. Let's try again.
Please, I'll do it.
What's the note? Okay, I've got it.
Did you find them? And the codes, yes? Now don't stick around. Get out and get away from the casino.
Whew. Shit. need to get somewhere where I can call the oppressor. I was expecting to go up onto the roof just then, but what the hell. Just drive around and hide in the shadows until the pigs fuck off. That's one done. So now we've got to go back to the sub. So now get out. Thank this nice little car for looking after us. Thank you, car. And call the sub. Call the. So we can get the oppressor. Sometimes you can't get it. You've got to put it away and then get it out again.
You calling for some wheels? I'm Johnny on the spot. I'll hook you up. I'll bring it by.
Right, I've got it. So now the mechanic will climb up on the roof, get the oppressor, bring it back here. It's not a mile away. That makes a change. That's why we're going to get some more armour. Yeah, these are the costs that people don't who do the heists with you. If you look, I generally do them by myself because it's just easier. But sometimes I do it with other people. I'm like, well, I have equal share in the heist profits. Like, well, you know, I've got all kinds of things to pay for. Armour, moving the sub, bullets. You know, sometimes I spend like 20-30 grand on just on ammunition. It's crazy. It's amazing how quickly it mounts up. There we go. So it's full of armour again. I did a Cayo Perico not long ago with a group of strangers. It wasn't my heist, it was somebody else's. And two of the people I were doing it with didn't have any armour at all. Needless to say, they didn't last very long. It's one of the problems with this game though, is that a lot of people, when they see that you've got a reasonably high rank like I have, they think that you're going to do everything for them. And I do tighten of a job sometimes. Do it in lower rank, because I can do that on hard mode on my own, so there's no excuse for anybody. And they just sit there and like wait for me to do it. So I'll just stand next to them now until they'll start kicking me or trying to drive over because they're pissed off because I'm not doing it for them. It's just one of those things. It's GTA for you. So we go back to the planning screen, making sure that we don't accidentally press going back to the island because we don't want to do that. So equipment, so now we'll go for the fingerprint cloner. Righty-ho. Good. It's quite easy, this one. Uh-oh.
The fingerprint scanner in Mr. Rubio's office
Where's
is
it gone?
very latest design.
Don't tell me it's gone off to the side.
Detected immediately and the whole place will be sealed. Our only chance is to acquire Mr. Rubio's fail-safe device, which can reconstruct his fingerprint in case of emergency. This and only this will allow us to hack the system. And to get it,
Looks like we'll have to go by helicopter. It's not a problem. Just see where the presser's gone to. Oh, it's been destroyed. Shit. So that's going to cost me 10,000 again.
Morse Mutual, how can I be of service?
Oh, that hurts. I can't really complain. I've just won over 250,000 in the casino, so can't really complain too much.
I'll look into it.
I told you. Now the security team will be ready for you when you go inside.
This is the one I'm thinking of, which I'm pretty sure it is. We turn the power off to the building and go in with night vision on. And just hide behind a stack of pallets and shoot everybody. So theoretically, I shouldn't need to put any more armour on. If you can get in there stealthily without them seeing me, then you can usually kill them all without getting a shot at all. But this is GTA. It doesn't always work like that. Okay, so we'll land nearby. I like to try and do this a bit gentle. More gentle, I should say. Helicopters are a little bit fragile sometimes on landing. Okay, so where the fuck is it? Have I landed too far away? That's over there.
Hey, sorry, buddy. I'm in a shit mood.
The archives are relocated every few weeks. If we want to find out where they are, we need to get into the computer system in this warehouse. It will be highly secure. Perhaps you can avoid cameras or destroy them, or make it easy and kill the power.
Okay, so here's the power switch on the side.
Not too far from here. This place will be guarded. If you do not let the camera see you, you will have the element of surprise.
Come on. That's weird. Pressing right on the D-pad, it's supposed to do it, but nothing's happening. So, looks like we're not doing it that way. Okay. So, chances are I'm going to get shot here. Where'd that one go? Oh, sorry.
They have seen you, yes. Better not to
this guy. Well toasted.
We must get inside and get the location of the archives. This man's security is in serious need of updates. This would never happen at Russian government troll farm.
Fuck.
Good job. We have the location of the archive. Now let's go.
Well, as always in situations like this, you turn around and say it's easy this bit and it turns out not to be. That's GTA for you. Just when you can do these things over and over and over again and they're different every time. Slightly different. It's more or less the same, but it's kind of nice though when it is different. You know, last time I did this I did it on the oppressor and it was quicker. I think getting the I don't need it this time, do I? Plasma cutter. No, because we're not going into the I did the scoping mission earlier today and the it's the bearer bonds. Whatever the fuck that is. I was flying this into the submarine a few days ago and I just wasn't thinking. You'll see what I mean, most of you that have seen these submarines before, you'll know that when you fly the Sparrow to it like this and you get close, there's like a zone around the sub that, like here, and you press right on the D-pad and it just tractor beams you in, so to speak. And I landed on the back of the submarine and got out of it and thought, hang on a minute, what am I doing here? Just went into autopilot like you do sometimes on here. It was kind of funny at the time. So then I got back in it again, lifted off, turned round a little bit and it picked it up and zapped it in like it's doing now. So the helicopter's like a tender would be for a super yacht. So now it's safe and secure in its hangar. I've fucking done it again, look. I've come back to the sub and I don't need to. I do this all the time. I think I did it on the last one that I did this. Came back to the sub and I shouldn't have come back to the sub, I should have gone to the archive instead. This is autopilot. You're talking and just completely forget what you're doing. I've been on here sometimes with mates and I've literally been, where's this one? It's quite a bit away. I've been riding a motorbike or driving a car and we'll be driving around the city and we'll be just talking and he'll end up like down on the docks and I'll end up at like Paleto Bay or something like that. It's like, and he'll say to me, where are you? And I say, oh, I'm like right at the top of the map. You just don't realise you just drive and get into the driving. Like I quite like riding my motorbikes, like the Hakachu. That handles just like a real bike. It's brilliant. I absolutely love it. And I'll just ride for miles and miles on that without even thinking about it. Just going around corners like I have a Honda CB600 Hornet in real life, so to speak, and riding the Hakachu is just like riding that. It's fantastic. I absolutely love it. So it's at this place again, so we'll just land here. Be careful not to hit anything. Just give it a little blip on the up throttle while you land, just so it doesn't land too hard. And again, I've done this once or twice, so I know where all the cameras are. So that one there, and that one there. Very good. So now we don't need any weapons for this bit. This is just I don't know why they call it an archive, it's just military vehicles and like the biker gang's vehicle. It's usually on this table. There it is. It appears on this table sometimes where that device thing there is, that hard drive, whatever it is. Sometimes here it appears on this table. But it's mainly in that circle, in that semicircle there of tables. Or that U shape of tables, whatever. The tapping noise that you can probably hear on this is me stamping on the X key. This controller's like first generation PS4, so it's a bit knackered, let's say, and the X key is a bit crap. You could do it oiling or something, I don't know. Maybe I should take it apart and clean it, but the problem is if I took it apart it'd probably never go back together again, so it's probably best left the way it is. I'm certainly not paying £50 for a new controller, that's just mad. Okay, so we go back to the Kasatko in the next bit. There it is. A friend of mine has a black submarine, and you can't see that from a distance. It just blends into the background, as do blue ones and green ones. My other mate has a red one, and you can see that one from quite a way off, but not like this one. I wanted a fluorescent green one, but I don't think they do them. Yeah, this has been blown up a few times actually. Oh, there we go. You get the jealous people that fly around on oppressors and in jets and just blow them up for no reason. Just crazy. Right, and once again back to the prep screen. So this time we'll do the approach vehicle this time, I think. And this time we have to move the sub. So get in the driving seat. And we want to fast travel, so we just go around the map until we find where the dot is. We get the nearest to it, which is there, I believe. Yeah, that'll do. Then we fast travel to that area. Now when you get there you can either fly there by helicopter, which is probably not a good idea, or alternatively you can drive the sub there on the surface, which is what we're going to do. And then we dive down to about 100 feet, put it on autopilot by press and holding the D-pad on the right side. There we go. So, what am I doing? Sit down again, retard. Sit down, come on. Silly boy. To drive, okay. That's a better view. So now we'll just turn the sub.
If you wish to use submarine to get to Mr. Rubio's island undetected, we will need to deflect their sonar, but such equipment is not available on the open market. We will need to borrow it, and I have a lender all lined up. Meriwether are running tests on their new submarine, latest model.
Although I haven't got the guided missiles on this, if you get close enough and put the periscope up, it will fire rockets guided missiles at whatever you point it at. But also, This has also got torpedoes. If you've looked around the sub, I don't know if you how many of you have, but there's the torpedo room at the front is full. I'm heading straight for it now. It should be, but you see those two rocks ahead? I'm just going to stop here, just so I don't go into my own missile wash, so to speak. Look down, press circle, boom, torpedo away. So get a bit closer. There it is. Torpedoes will actually zero in on those boats. There we go. Fire. Fox 1. There we go. Fox 2. Fox 3. Fox 4. There it is. So now that's the boat's destroyed, so now we can go below the surface. That yellow dot there you can see in the distance a little bit. That's the enemy sub. So now we'll just go forward a little bit. It's hard to tell that you're moving in this thing sometimes. There it is. So just get a bit closer. Jam the brakes on. Have we stopped? Just about, yeah. Right, press right on the D-pad and hold. Autopilot engaged. I got killed about 4 times doing this earlier today. So what we're going to do now is put the scuba gear on. So that we've got gear on already, and body armour, super heavy duty, snacks, it's full. Okay, let's go then. Can't pick a weapon until we get there, but we're going to probably use the shotgun. The assault shotgun, and grenades as well. I don't have to worry about bursting the hull or anything. It's quite a distance. I normally have it within a few feet of it. I've actually rammed it a couple of times as well by accident. Doesn't really do anything. Just best not to. Pavel tells you off. It's not a good idea to blast submarine. Do not shoot it with torpedo. Right. It's all very much. So only one we do is chuck a sticky bomb in. Just to make sure there's no baddies around. Lob a grenade up. Okay. I did this earlier on, and there was a guy standing in that ante-room there at the end, and every time I got to the end I just couldn't shoot quick enough, so I thought, bugger this. Grenades. That's what they're there for. There's a guy standing there. Your ass doing this sometimes. Trying it all in boxes now. Sometimes, oh, it's here. I'm just going to say sometimes it's on the bridge and it's here. You have to go through all the sub. I had to search the sub from top to bottom to find it earlier on. I could not find it at all anyway. That's good. That's a lot easier. It's really frustrating sometimes doing this. You get most of the way through, and if you get shot, you can't take them. There are crates on board that you can take things. Now, if we... Where's our sub? Where is it? There are 2 helicopters, attack helicopters, flying around on the surface. And if this sub was on the surface, and I wouldn't be able to get... I wouldn't be able to get in it quick enough. Tried. Got killed so many times, I got bored doing it. Right, so what we'll do now is we'll check the... Before we move the sub anywhere, we'll just check the prep screen. See what we need. So we've got the submarine, yep. Oh, wait, what's that say? Okay. Equipment, cutting torch. I quite enjoy this one. It's sometimes it can be really good fun, and sometimes it can be an absolute nightmare. If it's on top of the skyscraper, you just go in, put a hard hat on, walk around till you find it, and then leave. Dead easy. Then there's the other one, which I think is the one that we're going to be doing now, where I go to where the hard hat is and it won't let me have the hard hat. So you've got to land a little bit away and walk onto the site and put a hard hat, try and put the hard hat on, and if you can't, you've got like a 50-50 chance of getting away with it or not getting away with it. If they start on you, you've got to move quickly and like headshots, like I said in other videos, headshot, headshot, headshot all the time. Okay, so now I'll armour up again. It's very repetitive doing this. Body armour, super heavy, snacks, a couple of ego chasers. Yeah, that's good. Alright. It's better using the oppressor to do this, just because of the location. When you're doing it on the top of the skyscraper, you just land the Sparrow, the chopper, at the edge of the building, walk 10 yards across and put a hard hat on, and just leisurely walk around like you work there, and everybody takes no notice of you whatsoever. However, it doesn't look like the skyscraper's over there, and we're going over here, so we're going to the little block by Michael's house in the GTA game. It's like a new build, and the guards here are like really shit hot. And I think because it's on hard mode, well, the heists are the same. Oh, there it is. You've got to do headshots again, otherwise don't want to draw attention to it. One day, with the oppressor you can land on the top of the building and just shoot them all from the top of the building, which is a lot easier. Stop!
Everyone assumes you are supposed to be there. The torch will not be lying in the open. It will be in storage somewhere, a toolbox or something. Or perhaps this is time to practice staying out of sight of armed guards.
for a swim then. Okay. So the assault SMG or the assault shotgun. The assault SMG is really good because it's really light and really powerful. And it's silent as well, I think. Is it silent? No, it's not. It doesn't really matter, does it? But like a lot of things, shit. Okay, so the hard hats are usually here. There. There we go. Now hopefully we should be able to walk around and not get shot at. Okay, so it looks like everything's on that level.
You ever shut up?
No, it's not in that one. It's probably in that one at the back over there. It's usually the case. Oh, there it is.
I deduce from the sound of gunfire that you have not gone for the stealthy approach. Fair enough.
You inbred asshole.
Did you find it yet? Bring it to me and I will keep it safe.
Come on, stupid. I did this a few weeks ago, right, and tell you what, the bloody guards were, I just could not get back in the vehicle I were in at all, just could not get back in. I was just getting killed left, right and centre. I think I was on the oppressor actually, just couldn't get back to it. Guards were just all over me. This time again, it seems to have done it alright. Which is good. And now I think I've just got the weapon load out to get. As long as we don't have to go to Merryweather HQ, where we have to follow the helicopter, it's just mind-numbingly boring. So it's taken 50 minutes so far. Just short of an hour, perhaps. Depends which one we have to do. Sometimes you have to go into a building and kill everybody in the building. It's my office basically, the inside of it, or everybody's CEO office. I'll find out now. Well, the layout's the same. Mad World Inc. in my case. Okay, so we've got disruption. No, I don't need to do that. Don't need demolition charges. Got the cutting torch, fingerprint cloner we need to get in. Safe code we need to get into the safe. Yeah. So we need the weapon now. So I generally use the conspirator, which is the assault rifle and the pistol. I tried it with the aggressor for a while, but it's not powerful enough. you need to take the guards out at the airfield. You need the conspirator really. I tried the crack shot, didn't like that at all. Was going to do the saboteur, didn't like that. Suppressors, definitely need that. Okay, so I'll go for conspirator. Yes, just check it. Yeah, that's the one. Yvonne's military rifle pistol. Okay. Yeah, this is the one that's in the city. Right, this. I have been doing it by landing in the street or driving up to it in the street, killing all the guards outside. Because when you get into the zone, you don't tend to take notice of what it says on the screen. But Pavel suggested landing on the roof of the building, so I did that, and it was actually easier. So I'm going to do that now. It's easier to get away as well afterwards. I must admit, the way that I've been doing it now is much more preferable to the way that I've been doing it before, the preps, where you had to go to the O'Neill's farm and shoot your way in and shoot your way out. Oh, I didn't like that, I got bored doing that. So doing it my way now, or doing it the way I do it, I don't need to do that as the preps. And the preps don't take as long either, which is really good. I spent hours doing it before. This is it. So there. Where the fuck's the landing thing? We'll land on the actual structure. Oh no! Baby! Oh. A little bit of poo came out then. How did I do this last time? I must have done it on the oppressor. That one there. I'll do. That's close. Well, that's close. Okay, so once again, snacks. A minute, so we get the rifle out. Assault shotgun, yes. Fully charged, yep. Okay, so armor. That's very good. Snacks. Aim the rifle, and then you can take as many snacks as you like, and you don't stop. Put the controller down for 2 minutes. A little sip of coffee. Compose myself. And let's go in and kick some ass. Fill on the lead. Fill on the lead. Let them feel your bullets. If they're not screaming, they're not dead enough. There's normally a guy standing right at this angle behind the door, so let's find out. He is. He's standing there like a pillock waiting for me to walk through that other door. Another guy sat on the toilet having a shit, wondering what the fuck's going on. I'm going to go in there now and spoil his day. No, I'm just kidding, it's just a shower. How many people were sat there thinking there's a guy sat there having a shit on Grand Theft Auto? That'd be something else, wouldn't it? Put the paper, mate. Okay, so this is the safe where the guns are. Which of course it wants you to do that, but you can't, so you've got to go to the hack the laptop. Come on, for fuck's sake. $16.53. Fuck is it? I can never find this. There it is. No, it's 116. Same one again. You see it? I fucking can't. 16.53. Normally I get it straight away. 53.89. There. No. There.
Was that it? Did it open the lock?
Fucking hell. You're just gonna, as soon as you see it, you've got to move. Come on. Fucking irritating bastard. He's a bit dense, my character. You instruct him to do something using the controller and he just sometimes just stands there looking at it.
Yes, they will be right behind you. You know, Captain, I have heard we are not the first to rob Mr. Rubio. Those who attempted last time were successful, but they made one crucial mistake. They used their own weapons. 6 months later.
Okay. So theoretically this should be the last one.
This is a mistake. We will not be
So we're
making.
getting the helicopter now. There's 2 baddie boy helicopters around. I don't do anything about them. Can kill them, but they just respawn as soon as you shoot them. I'd rather not hit anything else or get shot by anything else. Hopefully it should make it, but no guarantee with this. Just let it free fly a little bit. Oh shit. Get a bit more power. Yeah. And get to the sub without ditching. It's the controlled landing that's the problem. Like landing on a carrier, you've got to keep it at full speed until you're actually stopped. Ooh. I have ditched this before doing this. But sometimes, if the engine doesn't go underwater, you can get this helicopter underwater and it will come back out again. Not the whole thing, just get your feet wet basically. was close. That was too close, boy. Heist prep complete. So that theoretically should be everything. Yep, I believe it is. Yep, there it is. So those are all the heist preps that I need to do for my heist. I know it's been a bit long and drawn out because that's just the way I do things, and I'm just a beginner at doing this broadcasting, and I know that hardly anybody's going to watch these videos, but I really do appreciate you watching it, and if you could give me a thumbs up and a like, you know, that'd be really good, and I really appreciate it. And as always, thanks